Chelsea have a player in their ranks that they think is already worth several times what they paid for him nearly 18 months ago. While Chelsea have been pretty bold in their spending during recent transfer windows, they've also had to sell so many individuals to accommodate this major turnover of the squad. The Blues sold high-profile names such as Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Mateo Kovacic, Kalidou Koulibaly and Christian Pulisic all in the space of last summer's window. Chelsea reportedly think they have a player whose valuation has dramatically increased recently. They certainly have no plans to cash in on him, though. The Athletic claims that Chelsea are confident their youngster Andrés Santos is now worth a lot more than they paid for him back in January 2023. It is understood that the Blues think if they sold Santos in the current transfer market they could recoup several times the initial £13 million they paid to Vasco da Gama. However, the report says that Chelsea have no desire to make the 20-year-old midfielder available. According to The Athletic earlier in June, Chelsea have no plans to sell or loan Santos next season. In fact, they could keep the Brazilian youngster in their first team squad and give him minutes in the UEFA Conference League. The Chelsea Chronicle would like to see how Santos gets on with Chelsea's group this summer during pre-season before deciding his future. If Blues head coach Enzo Maresca is willing to play the young central midfielder, it would be great to see him stay next season. He had mixed success during loan spells at Nottingham Forest and Strasbourg last year, but it was fantastic education for his development at this early stage. Thiago Silva claimed last month that Santos has a wonderful future ahead of him. Is he ready to go straight into Chelsea's squad next campaign, though? Journalist Fabrizio Romano reported via Playback on Wednesday that Chelsea have made it an obsession this summer to sign Olise and were confident of completing a deal. However, The Athletic claimed on Friday night that Chelsea have pulled out of the race to sign the Palace right winger because the finances involved were deemed beyond reach. Chelsea FC, renowned for its strategic transfer moves, is now in active discussions with Aston Villa to secure the promising teenage talent Omari Kellyman. This move comes as part of a broader negotiation that includes players like Ian Martin, John Duran, and Conor Gallagher. The original article by Matt Law in The Telegraph highlights the intricate details of these negotiations, revealing Chelsea's deep interest in bolstering their squad with young and versatile players. Omari Kellyman, at just 18 years old, has already made a significant impression at Aston Villa. Described as a versatile attacking player, Kellyman can operate in multiple positions, akin to Kai Havertz's style of play. His ability to play as a number 10, off the flanks, or as a false 9 makes him a highly valuable asset for any team. Villa values him at £20 million, reflecting his talent and potential future contributions. Kellyman's journey began at Derby County before his move to Villa Park 2 years ago. Despite his young age, he made his Premier League debut against Manchester City in April, an indication of the trust Villa places in his abilities. Should Chelsea succeed in their pursuit, Kellyman would be the second young talent to make the switch from Villa to Chelsea in recent years, following Carney Chukwuemeka's £20 million transfer in 2022. The negotiations surrounding Kellyman are part of a larger picture involving multiple player transfers. Ian Martin's move to Villa is almost finalised, with the deal reportedly worth £37.5 million. This transfer is expected to conclude by the end of the week. Additionally, Chelsea continues to explore options for John Duran, taking meticulous steps to ensure thorough background checks and discussions on personal terms. The interest in Kellyman is not Chelsea's only focus. The club has also shown keen interest in other young talents such as Atletico Madrid's Samu Omarodian and Bournemouth's Dominic Solanke. Moreover, reports from Spain suggest Chelsea's interest in Barcelona's 18-year-old forward Marc Guiu, who is also attracting attention from Bayern Munich. Shaka Hislop has expressed his shock at what's happened to one Chelsea player so far during the Euro 2024 tournament in Germany. There's a number of Chelsea stars away representing their respective nations at this summer's major international competition. While several Blues individuals are competing at the Euros, Enzo Maresca will surely have one eye on his players. Incidentally, he officially starts his role as the new head coach at Stamford Bridge on the 1st of July. Unfortunately, it's not all gone smoothly for Chelsea's players in the opening couple of weeks of the Euros. ESPN pundit Shaka Hislop thinks that Chelsea's Cole Palmer, 22, has been really unfortunate not to play any minutes yet at Euro 2024. He's been an unused substitute in England's 2 group stage matches so far, beating Serbia before drawing against Denmark. They, England, need that spark. Give Palmer that run out. I just don't understand why you don't use Palmer, Hislop told ESPN. There's not a Chelsea player that went into this summer in better form than Palmer. It's well known that he got 25 goals and 15 assists in 45 games for his new club last season. It's actually left-back Mark Cucurella who's been the pick of the Blue Stars at Euro 2024 so far. For Palmer, he must be so eager to get on the pitch for England and show what he can do on the biggest stage. When you consider that the Three Lions attack has looked far from potent in the opening 2 games of the tournament, it's surely crying out for someone like Palmer to ignite a creative spark. Whether it's in central or wide attacking positions, the Chelsea man usually produces some kind of goal-scoring threat. Palmer has not played in either game in a poor England side that dropped 2 points against Denmark and failed to put in a solid performance in either game. Southgate has preferred to start Foden on the left, Shaka on the right and Kane as number 9 in both games. In fact, Palmer has not even played as a substitute. Southgate opted to bring on Jarrod Bowen on the wing in the 1-0 win over Serbia and only used 3 of the 5 changes he is allowed by regulation. He did make more changes against Denmark, also due to the result, with Southgate changing the entire attacking flank to bring on Ez, Bowen again and Watkins. Cole Palmer could get his first European Championship minutes after being one of the Premier League's best performers against Slovenia in the game that could seal England's qualification. Enzo Maresca will be quick to invite a couple of additional new faces to Stamford scaffold this mid-year. Since marking Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham on a free exchange, Chelsea have kept on being connected for certain huge names, as Nico Williams and Theo Hernandez. However, going after target Michael Olise has decided to join Bayern Munich. Taking into account their choice to leave the Olise race was a monetary one, the Blues might need to capitalise on a couple of players to open the reserve. Conor Gallagher and Trevoh Chalobah, specifically, face questionable fates, with any potential deal going down as unadulterated benefit on the books. But for the time being, they both have contracts at the Cobham training facility. However, in the coming weeks, the sporting directors will undoubtedly be required to make some difficult decisions. In this way, Football London has gathered together the most recent Blues news and moved tattle on Saturday, June 22. As indicated by HITC, Theo Hernandez has arisen as an objective for Chelsea this mid-year. The 26-year-old protector has been momentarily connected with a transition to the chief association for some time now as he keeps on dazzling for AC Milan in the Serie A last season. Hernandez played 32 games in the Italian top flight, netting 5 goals and 4 assists. The France international impressed, earning a spot in Didier Deschamps' starting lineup for Euro 2024 despite some rather subpar performances. HITC states that Chelsea higher-ups accept Hernandez would be an optimal fit for Enzo Maresca and his framework. In June 2026, the Milan left-back's contract at the San Siro will end. Football London says Theo Hernandez would be a splendid getting paperwork done for Chelsea. A player of the highest caliber who would immediately elevate the Blues' backline to new heights. I dread he's not precisely a modified left-back, however, all the more thus, someone who's much better at besieging forward and joining assaults. However, it's anything but an issue.